before we dive into all of that, we're going to talk about the 5 options seniors can take with real estate. 1, trade in 2+ level home for a 1 level, right? Sounds pretty simple. 2, reverse mortgage. 3, HELOC, the home equity line of credit. 4, home equity conversion mortgage. 5, VA loan, veterans 100% financing when purchasing new home. So that's the bullet points that we're going to discuss, okay? And our homes are often the center of our lives. I guess most Americans actually would say that the workplace is the center of their life since we work so much, but it's the home, right? It's where we raised our children. It's where holidays and birthday parties were hosted, laughter and tears happened. It all takes place at home. So this is why when you're thinking about moving or when you're thinking about doing something with your home, it's very emotional and oftentimes very difficult. So again, this message is for baby boomers, for seniors. It's really easy to get caught up on a home with sentimental reasons. However, it's most beneficial to think about ways that you'll keep financially and physically independent the longest, I would say, right? So that brings us to our next point. Home values in Rhode Island across the board, if you listen to week, right here on the roundtable, you know that they've been rising and rising and rising. Home values seem to have stabilized, which is really good. That means we're in a healthy market. So they haven't been rising as of late from what we're seeing. We're actually seeing some price drops and whatnot, which means price adjustments. It doesn't mean that the market's falling. It just means that people that were overpriced have to come back down to market price because the market is not escalating at the moment, okay? But in Rhode Island, you're looking at about a 9 to 10% over 2014 in most areas as far as the median price, okay? So that's a ton of equity. That's a very good amount of equity, especially if we look back a couple years, you have even more equity. So with that said, we see a lot of baby boomers, senior citizens coming up to the plate, getting ready to trade in their current 2 or more level colonial raised ranch, split level, contemporary. And, they're trying to avoid the stairs. They're trying to make a long-term plan as far as laundry on the first floor, as far on the first and only floor, as far as easy access from the garage right into the house into a mud area, bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen, so much easier all on the first floor. So, if you're able to do that physically and take care of a house, perfect. That might be an option for you. But if not, you can always go into a 1-level condo. Okay, that's somebody could take care of all the exterior stuff, all the snow plowing, all the snow shoveling, the lawn maintenance, any of the roof stuff, all of that, all done by the condo association. Worry-free, you just pay that monthly payment every month. Okay, and if you're just tuning in, by the way, this is the Roundtable Real Estate Simplified with Emilio DiSpirito, and we're going over 5 options senior citizens can take with real estate. So the next option on the list is the reverse mortgage. Now, full disclosure here, reverse mortgage is not for everybody. Make sure you know the ins and outs of this program. It kind of has a stigma about it, but you know what? In the right case, it's good for the right person, okay? But just, again, find out all the details. But let me explain this. It's a type of mortgage available to seniors 62 plus. Now, instead of paying a lump sum, the lender cuts a monthly check to the borrower. And at the end of the term, the bank owns the home. So again, you need to make sure this is right for you. I'm sure Daniel Drew with A+, would be a great contact you can call for this 401-603-3646. But reverse mortgages are typically no doc loans, meaning that you don't need to provide documentation of your employment, incomes, or assets before going into this mortgage. So make sure that you understand, again, the ins and outs, and maybe it might be for you, maybe it might not be for you. Call Dan. He's a reputable guy. He'll walk you through the whole thing. 401-603-3646. The next one, the HELOC, which stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. It works like a credit card, okay? It's a loan that the borrower takes out in small sums rather than in large lump sum. So it goes against the equity of his or her home. And the advantage of this kind of loan is that the person can take out as little or as much as they need, and they only have to pay interest on the loan at first. Okay, so if they want to do repairs, if they want to take money out for anything else, they can do that with the HELOC, Home Equity Line of Credit. the HECM, the Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. Okay, it's similar to a reverse mortgage, except that it's regulated by the Federal Housing Authority and has some of the best rates. So the costs and fees are generally worked into the loan. And last but not least on this list, it's the VA loan. So if you're a veteran and if you're buying your primary residence and you're selling one, you might as well take advantage of 100% financing, super low rates on VA, no PMI, so there's no mortgage insurance on it, and you get one heck of a deal, 100% financing. So you go keep more money in your pocket. Again, these mortgage matters, you can contact Daniel Giroux. He's the specialist there. My job is just to bring them to your attention. Dan can be reached at 401-603-3646. If you get his voicemail, leave a message. He's really good at getting back to you. And, one last thing I want to leave you with is that the very cool thing I love about baby boomers is that you guys are tech savvy. All right. So recent studies show that boomers, when researching, spend 35% of their time online and only 25% now with TV. So I wonder how much time is spent with the radio. Maybe an hour a week with us. I don't know. But anyways, with that said, many of our listeners are happy that they can go to theroundtableradio.com. Again, that's theroundtableradio.com and watch an informational video about any of these segments. And they can read in-depth articles in our blog section. Super cool. That's theroundtableradio.com. And you can always reach out to me, your local realtor. We cover all of Rhode Island, my team and I, and my number is 401-359-2338, and I'll connect you with any of the trusted resources that you need here.